In the spirit of the thing, years ago when I first got on YouTube, swamp. When I first got into YouTube, one of the channels that I really got into was Wilderness Outfitters, which is Dave Canterbury. I mean, that channel just fit me to a T. I really enjoyed the topic, bushcraft and all that. Even since I was a little kid. My kind of thing. And I think he had at the time, he might have had like 1,700 subscribers. And put up a lot of videos. He had a good frequency of videos. But it's just the topic. It's just an awesome topic. But I really enjoyed it. Then, so I watched up until just a few years ago. I watched every video. Now, watching those videos, once you understand the 5 C's of survivability, the 10 redundancies, this sort of thing, the concept, the scavenger concept, and all this, and you get the spirit of it, the spirit of the thing, it changes you. For the better, in my opinion. But there's a few years there where I had a business where we had these roll-off bins, and we'd haul people to do remodels, and we'd haul all the junk away from the remodels off to the dump. And I'd take my bins out to the dump, empty them out, and walking around these dumps or landfills, you'd be going, oh, that's a cutting tool. Oh, combustion. Oh, cover, cordage, container. I mean, you're looking at all this stuff saying, here I am at a junkyard, and there's all this, there's the 5 C's of survivability abound in this place. From a scavenger's point of view. Because I was so excited and interested in these videos and this concept, it wasn't something that was just around when I was watching the video. I carried it with me. And so, you know, it was hard for me to throw trash away because I'm thinking, ooh, I can make a shelter out of that. Or I can boil water with this thing. You looked at everything differently. You looked at everything as a resource. And once I understood the concept and believed in it, I, in a sense, what I'm saying here is I walked in the spirit of the thing, of this bushcraft idea. Even to this day, I'll look at stuff and I'll sit there and go, well, that could be used for this, that could be used for that. It's something you carry with you. Now, I'm going to assume, but I had friends that were heavily into music in the 90s, this dark, not death metal, but I don't even know what you would call it. I don't know what they called it, but I had listened to this stuff, and I'm thinking, how do you guys listen to this junk? They said, what do you mean? Well, it's like they're all like on the verge of suicide. Why would you listen to this stuff? Oh no, it's a this, that, you don't understand the concept, blah, blah, blah. Well, most of these people that put this kind of music together, over time, all committed suicide. 5 or 6 of them. So I'm thinking there's some truth to this. Why would you consume? Music is very powerful to get you into the spirit of the thing. And when you expose yourself to this kind of stuff, especially music, it has a way of changing your state of mind. This is common, common knowledge. So if you're listening to this dark, death, my life is over kind of music, eventually it's going to have some effect on you. It's not brightening your day. Okay. The Boy Scouts. I did a video on this. I should upload that again. I did a video on the Boy Scouts long time ago. Not so much, but the video was about their what is it? Their it's not a prayer. It's not an anthem, but their creed, so to speak. I'll have to find it. Maybe I'll put it with this or something. You know, I've already forgotten it. You know, you're gonna better yourself, better those around you, help people, God, country, this, that. Well, when you have something like that, whether you believe in what they were talking about or not, as the Boy Scouts, it's a very powerful code. I think that's what it was, code. If you walked, if you took that on your heart, that code that the Boy Scouts believe in, that they preach, so to speak, and you walk in that, and you are in the spirit of that thing, it's going to have an effect on you. And from my opinion, I think it'd be a good effect. But I'm hoping I'm getting my point across here. If you take something into your mind, you're learning something, maybe it's something about your culture, heritage, or something like that, you're trying to learn something new. Here's a great example. Maybe not the same, but I could take a pen and paper right now and draw for you, diagram the first three positions of the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, I use it for guitar. You might be saying, well, okay, who cares about that? Well, because it was something I studied, worked at, and kept in my brain all day because I didn't want to forget it. I wanted to know how this thing operated, the scale. I carry it with me everywhere. I don't have a guitar in my hand. I don't have a notebook in my hand or a workbook, music book. But I know in my mind, I know the minor pentatonic scale. I also know, but that doesn't matter. But it's so when I hear music, I can tell you that's a minor pentatonic scale. Those are minor key. It's a minor key or whatever the case is. I'm trying not to mess up my point here, but as you can see, if you devote not just time, but if you devote enough attention to a thing, you will get the spirit of the thing. Whether you want to walk in the spirit of Dave Canterbury's survival ideas, nothing wrong with that. When you're walking around and you're looking at things from a different perspective, you're not the same person you were before you watched the videos. Now you look at everything as a resource, what opportunity is there for your survival, to enhance your survival. You're now walking in the spirit of something else, okay? That's not who you were prior, all right? It changed you. Nothing wrong with that. Now, if you got into that weird music that everyone off themselves, yeah, that changed you as well, and you're going the wrong direction now, okay? But still, we're programmable this way. The gospel, the teachings of Jesus, works the same way. Very similarly, although we're dealing now with the Holy Spirit and this sort of thing. If you devote your attention to this thing, you will walk in the spirit of this thing. There's power in that. All right? Hopefully I'm making some sense. I'll shut my mouth and won't say any more because the deeper I go, I'll start to confuse this thing. Anyhow, pick your thing. You can walk in the spirit of that thing. Love you. God bless.